Hi, this is Arthur, and I'm doing the Exploring Identity Poetry project. So, in this video, I'm demonstrating two poems that I found. One expressed the one identity I claim, and one expressed one identity that I don't. So, how about we start with the one that express the identity that I don't claim? So, for this poem, I choose the poem Sympathy, written by Paul Dunbar, who is an African American, spent like most of his life in the United States, which is an identity that I don't claim since I'm a Chinese and I spent most of my life, 16 years of my life, in China. Which the situation, the society, the community in the two countries is like really different. And I will first read the poem to you. Sympathy by Paul Laurence Dunbar. I know what the cage bird feels, Hollis, when the sun is bright on the upland slopes, when the wind drifts soft through the streaming gas, and the river flows like a stream of glass, when the first bird sings, and the first bud opes, and the faint perfume from its careless steals. I know what the cage bird feels. I know why the cage bird beats his wing till its blood is red on the cruel bars. For he must fly back to his perch unclean, when he fain would be on a ball's wing, and the pain still stops in the old scars, and they plus again when the near sting. I know why he beats his wing. I know why the cage bird sings, ah me, when his wing is burst and his blossom soar, when he beats his wars and he would be free. It's not a carol of joy or glee, but a prayer that he sends for his heart deep poor, but a plea that upwards to heaven he flings. I know why a cage bird sing. So basically, this poem expressed like how Poe fight for the freedom of African American and also fight for the desegregation in his era, which is obviously something that I didn't experience since I spent most of my life in China, and because like there's only one race, like there's like yeah there's like the race is not diverse enough that we don't face this problem in our history. And which is like this poem is like really like touched me in the heart, like by like characterizing how how like the author like compare the African American as a caged bird, and how like he fight they fight they fling they beat their wing like till like even though like they have their even though like there's blood. And also the literary device it used is also really like great, such as alliteration when he beats his bar and he would be free, and also such as imagery like when the sun is bright on the upper slopes and the river flows like a stream of glass, which really like makes you feel like the sense what he is characterized, which was really good. And for the another poem, I choose a Chinese poem uh, written by a really famous Chinese military leader and also political leader called Cao Cao, who is like in the Three Kingdom, who is the leader of the Wei, the country of Wei, the kingdom of Wei. And since like he is a Chinese and we share like the first language of Chinese, so this is like the identity that kind of like we share. And I have it in Chinese and also in English translations. I'll read it first in Chinese and then in the English translations. Okay, so a short song ballad by Cao Cao. 对酒当歌，人生几何？譬如朝露，赤日苦多。慨当以慷，忧思难忘。何以解忧？唯有杜康。青青子衿，悠悠我心。 但为君故，沉吟至今。悠悠鹿鸣，食野之苹，我有嘉宾，鼓瑟吹笙。明明如月，何时可辍？忧从中来，不可断绝。月末度迁，汪用相存。切阔谈宴，心念旧恩。月明星稀，乌鹊南飞。扰树三匝，可知可依。可知可依，山不厌高，海不厌深。周公吐哺，天下归心。And I will read the English translation then. The wine, the song, life goes on, but for how long? It evaporates to over dismay, like a mountain dew, day after day. Ambition and aspiration sustain me, but the strictest threat of grace worries me. How can I brush it aside? But by drowning it in wine. Scholars, where are you? Years I have changed the song of yearning, but would you ever come over to me? Dear are calling from the fields, glazing on the tender Melissa. Let my house be graced with the learned visitors. I will have music played in his honor, but he is as bright as the moon, and how could I make the moon stay? Here's my sorrow surface as well, and refuse to go away. Talented friends, whom I love, I treasure. For a rendezvous, no journey is too long. Would you mind coming to our meeting, to our feast, back to old days filling? The stars so dim, the moon so bright, southborn birds are flying, circling round and round over the tree on which boths are you alight. The water can never be too deep, and the mountain too high. When an open-minded king calls for talent, it's him that with shows must send it. So in this poem, Cao Cao expressed like his ambitious dream of like making peace among the chaos and becoming the leader of the whole Chinese kingdom. And I also really love the sentence that it choose, such as like the first one, the wine, the sun, life goes on, but for how long? It evaporates to our dismay. Like saying that like we need to like making our life like meaningful, to like making more friends, making more talented friends that like we treasure, we loved, and through like making the journey goes on, making the word keep peace again, which is really great. And also for a fun fact, this Cao Cao, the character Cao Cao in a really famous novel called The Three Kingdoms is actually like a kind of a bad guy and an antagonist, but like if you dig it, you will like see like how like heroic is this it's Cao Cao, like how talented he is, and like how real hero that he is. And this is basically my poem. Hope you will like it, and thank you very much.